Selwood, and it ends up in the arms of Tom Hawkins. And let's see if Tom has anything to complain about after this one. Let's check where he sits in the Coleman. He's 2 off the leader, Jack Revolt. And Jay Schultz on 35.
The only problem with most of his kicks today, guys, he is kicking from a long way out. Hasn't quite got those marks from 25, 35 out today, has he?
He's pushed up the ground a fair bit, hasn't he?
Seems to free him up a bit though, Moons, generally, when he's kicking from the 50.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nice in swing.
Second goal for Tom Hawkins. And the Cats lead now extends to 96 points. 19 goals to 4. Last year they beat St Kilda by 101 points. Now Billy Long has just come off with injury. I think he might have copped there was a bit of a head clash there, was it? Or was it there?
Might be concussion.
I dare say it's when Blitzarves lands on his head right there, boys. He's looking a little bit groggy down in the dugout at the moment.
A couple of blows in the incident.
Well, it's really a technique issue. If you're going to tackle, you can't tackle a bloke and drag him down on top of your head. And he is obviously in a bad way, which is unfortunate.
Yes, the 23-minute mark of the last quarter. Look at those uncontested possession differences. Cats want to add some more, and they're doing just that. Stokes. Back into the middle to Mackie. And out wide Bartel. Kelly's been running hard just ahead, ready to receive, but goes via Smets, or he does go to Kelly in the end. I'm not sure that's where it was meant to go. In fact, I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
I don't think Chris got to be overly thrilled with that. That's almost party trick stuff, whereas the long ball, and you can see Mitch Duncan, he's got his hand in the air, he's filthy. Get it down into that forward 50. I mean, that was a 6-metre kick.
James Kelly.
Free kick goes to Kelly.
James Kelly. James Kelly. Get back.
Just outside the 50, he's got Bartel lurking next to him, but Kelly not interested in that. Instead, he wanted Hawkins again.
So it's just a great kick. There's the value of playing 150-odd games together. I'm not too sure how many games Hawkins played, Hutto, but he just has an understanding. I lead against my opponent. I know where the ball's going, flatten it out for me, and I'm going to arrive late. The best kicks are the ones that leave the boot first, and then you can move on to it. Makes it so hard for the defender.
Game number 135 for Tom Hawkins. He's had 19 disposals. He's come right up the ground, as we've said. And I guess there's been a lot of supply. So this for Geelong's 20th goal. Tom Hawkins is 3rd, and to take him to equal leader in the Coleman medal. Plenty of reasons to kick the goal for Hawkins. He didn't need any extra motivation anyway. Big smiles for Tommy Hawkins. He's going to end up with at least 3 goals this afternoon. And Geelong's lead is over 100. They beat the Saints by 101 points here last year in round 18. And they lead by 102 right now with 2 minutes 30 remaining.
Well, that 3 figures written all over it as we see once again a superb kick, magnificent depth and great height. It just did not deviate. Tom Hawkins intercepted it and marked it magnificently. But after that first quarter, it was always going to be a 3-figure deficit, you'd reckon, Vossi. But right now the Saints, I guess, can do something about it, save a little bit of face and get it under the 3 figures.
Not much for Alan Richardson to say. Kelly lays a big tackle in the middle. And there was enough arm movement there and other body parts to indicate to the umpire that he was trying to get rid of it. Bruce. Kelly over the top again of Armitage. Now they're entwined once more. Oh, and he's pinged him. Dived on it. There you go.
Straight up, please. Stay there. Stay there.
Not sure what Kelly's waiting for. Eventually kicks it out wide for Stokes. Feeding it back to Enright.
Right there.
The frustrating thing for for Richardson is that you so want to be able to move on from the work rate mode of teaching him how to work at AFL level. You go to review this game, and where do you start, Jared? And the only way you can start is through work rate. You say, well, okay, this is how we work, guys. This is what we're about. This is what our minimum conditions are. Here are non-negotiables. But you can't keep coming back there. If you're going to improve your side, you have to keep that at status quo. And then you say, right, now we've actually got our work rate right. We can talk about structure. We can talk about situations. We can talk about efficiency by foot. If we keep coming back to work rate all the time, it's hard to build on that.
And is that where it's at? We can look at contested ball, and some people think that equates to work rate, but the work rate that I see that St Kilda need to address is the transition up and down the ground.
Spot on.
Now can they get a late one here? Armitage doing his best, and I reckon he's drawn some high contact.
Wasn't you, Trevor? You get you coming in second. Yep.
The great sides at the present time have got midfields that can just go charging, not right into attack, but the large majority of the forward 50, and then just get right back and help out the defence. They get wingmen that will go down to the back flank and then pick up the ball in the forward pocket like I saw Brad Hill do on the weekend.
And Armitage steers it through, so he gets the margin under 100. Back to 96 points. The Saints have been able to kick 3 goals in this last term.
And as a young team, we understand that as we look at the free, just being able to, Smets was it, that was coming into the side there and just brushed him high. And as a young team, we accept that you can't sustain that for 120 minutes always, that you will have lapses, and we've seen the St Kilda numbers where there has been 20 minutes that they've been a little bit disappointing, games have slipped, but you certainly don't want to see games like this where for 3 quarters they've been largely outplayed.
And it's that very first quarter that kills you. If you allow yourself to just drop right off the map in the first 15, 20 minutes of a game, well, you're really doing yourself no justice. It's not an athleticism or fitness or development issue there. It's just purely and simply being outplayed.
Brilliant tackling by Kelly there. Now he's mobbed. He throws it out to Armitage. Chasing it back is Shenton.
Holding, St Kilda, Cameron.
So 19 seconds left on the clock. See what Shenton decides to do. And he's still searching. He's got his man now at half back. It's Nick Revolt. The crowd going to give him a bit of a working over. 7 disposals, 1 goal for Nick Revolt. The siren sounds. Final margin 96 points. So they avoided a 100-point defeat, the Saints. But the Cats turning it on and just reminding everybody in the competition that they're still up and about in season 2014. 2 youngsters made their debut and the Cats kicked 20 goals. The hapless Saints are in the middle of a very dark period.
Well, they got a nice old touching up against Fremantle a couple of weeks ago, the Cats, but they've rebounded pretty well. They've got a number of star players to come into this side. They're right in the mix, Fossey. And today, whilst it was very much a training run, it's a training run I think that will provide